Kirk Broadfoot is in the news, and guess what, guys? He came out and said that damn Chris Broadfoot, veteran mortaring defender, Big Kirk, by the way, by God, has come out and said that referee David Dickinson was determined to even it up by awarding Rangers a VAR penalty in yesterday's Viaplay Cup contest at Ibrox. Now, to be honest, this is kind of irrelevant because we're through. But let's talk about it. Well, there was discussion yesterday. Honestly, I don't think either one of them was a penalty. And I do honestly think there was an element of that. And, Broadfoot diving about, flopping about the whole game, absolute FUD. But he might be onto something here. But for me, it's weird because, the first decision, the penalty that Morton did get, Dessers, for me, doesn't even kick him, right? It looks like he kicked him, initially, but then when you slow it down, it doesn't. So I don't understand how it's not like the ref gave it, right? There's no VAR. And then he's been told, oh, you got that decision wrong, mate. And then he's went, well, you know what, see if the Rangers have any opportunity of a penalty here, I am going to give it. No, that's not what happened, because he looked at VAR, he spent a wee while looking at VAR, then what did he do when VAR got that decision right? When told him the final decision, he gave it. Now, I don't know how he gave it, right, but he gave it. Gillespie, I think it was, wasn't it? Stood up, made it 1-0. Then, at the other side, Broadfoot, he's got a hold of ball again, but there's nothing in it, man. It's not like I think if you're grabbing someone and it doesn't really have an effect on the way they've travelled, it really shouldn't matter. Now, I know you could say, oh well, just because it doesn't look like it affected him on the eye, it doesn't mean it didn't. But it didn't, right? I'm sorry, it didn't. I just don't get why it didn't. I mean, I think we were man enough and big enough to admit here, as Rangers fans, that not every penalty we get is a we can't well in pre-season. It was a fucking dive, but you know what? We'll take it. And I don't think either of these was a penalty. So for me, may as well give one without giving the other, brother. But also, the other bit of news, because guess what? There's zero transfer news. I'm not even going to utter a certain midfielder's move to Leeds United today, because the only time I want to talk about that is when it's done. I don't see it getting done. But Brendan Rodgers, who is on the back of a lovely, jubbly defeat the Kilmarnock, by the way, in the Fireplay Cup. So Celtic, Saranara to the treble. Todd Cantwell responded on Instagram to that, which I thought was kind of funny. But I understand both sides of that argument of that he shouldn't taunt them until he actually wins a trophy or something. But you know what? I kind of like the fact that he loves winding them up. Great to see. But Rodgers has come out and said, he's been bigging up Derek Mcinnes. And he says, Mcinnes can be Ibrox boss. And it's almost like we took a trip back to 2017 when Mcinnes was, linked with being the Rangers boss. He turned us down and he stayed at Aberdeen. Honestly, it almost feels like that's that is what happened here. But was it a bit disrespectful for Rodgers? Was he trying to play mind games? Who knows? But I'll tell you what ended up happening, guys. Big Derek Mcinnes proved them right, man. Beating Celtic, you can be a Rangers manager. I mean, let's be real. I mean, with Beale's credentials, there's no reason why Mcinnes couldn't have been the Rangers boss over Beale. But, the jury's still out on Beale. And after a pretty poor season last year for Mcinnes, it looks like Kelly has seriously up their game this season, and 3 clean sheets, 2 wins over the Old Firm, and a draw against Hearts. What is this at Tynecastle? Is this Derek Mcinnes Kelly back in disguise, man? Who knows? But anyway, guys, leave your thoughts down below, and until next time, we will be back very soon on this channel. Career mode tomorrow. Just need to edit it, and I'll be up. And until then, no, peace.